Hello and welcome to another month of the Single Cask Club. I'm Guy here at the Strong Watercoat, for those of you who are new to the club this month, and hello to obviously all of our existing members as well. Quick run through of how we do stuff for the new guys. Dram 1, Dram 2, drink Dram 1, give some tasting notes, and then Dram 2. Don't forget at the end you get 10% of all the whiskies in store or online, and don't forget to give us a shout to get them as well. So dram number 1 this month is a 12-year-old Mortlach from the old particular brand of Douglas Lanes. Douglas Lanes are 3rd generation family owned bottlers, and this is a 12-year-old single cask Mortlach from them. Mortlach's a really fun little distillery up in Dufton, one of the kind of real original distilleries there, named after St Mulag in the 7th century there, and then kind of Dufton was kind of built after that, and it got kind of absorbed into that. What's kind of fun about the Mortlach distillery is the low wines are from still 1 and 2. The low wines from still 1 and 2 are then split into 2 parts, 80% and 20%. So the 80% is used to charge the spirit still number 2, and then the remaining 20% is put through the weak veins, is charged for spirit still number 1, which they then run 3 times. Spirit still number 1 is called the Wee Witchy. They run this 3 times, and then only on the 3rd time do they take the proper heart out of it. So it's got this kind of funny 2.81 times distilled kind of thing that they say. But yeah, it helps create this really kind of meaty style of whiskey, which really kind of benefits sherry stuff, but also also works very well with bourbon as well. So yeah, as I said, this is a 12-year-old Mortlach. So this is distilled January 2011 and bottled May 2023 from a refill hogshead with an outrun of 361 bottles at 48.4%. So that's that. We shall get into the little dram. So Mortlach's one of my favourite actually spacer drams, and I think it's just absolutely great. Kind of summery kind of stuff, even though it's raining here in Bangor today. It's a bit pissy and wet, unfortunately. But first of all, you get that real fresh kind of yeasty baked bread. It's almost like fresh baguette in style. You get a real kind of sweet kind of creaminess from it. But then vanilla and biscuits and almost like almondy, long de chat, French cat's tongues biscuits. That kind of stuff, absolutely lovely. And on the nose, cheers. On the palate, I should say. It's lovely and bright. It's got this real kind of apricot-y almondiness coming through again. Real kind of malty sweetness. Lovely kind of caramel note as well there. It's just great, yeah. Lovely, big, bright, fresh, but then really clean. And then the finish is custardy, sticking on creme anglaise, sticking on a French thing with long chat. It's custardy, creamy. It's got this lovely oaky kind of tannin that rolls through there as well, and then just a kind of crisp green appley bite right at the end. So that's dram number 1, 12-year-old Mortlach. We shall right back with dram number 2. So I hope everyone enjoyed that Mortlach. So dram number 2 this month. It's like that some of you might have had already, but this is the Ardnamurchan Sherry Cask release, the latest one that's just come out. Absolute kind of belter. So Ardnamurchan, for those who don't know it, right on the Ardnamurchan Peninsula on the west coast, they use Fife barley from Fife, not Fife from barley, and then peat from kind of up near Inverness. So it gives it kind of a bit of a softer style of peat instead of being super phenolic on the west coast like that. So this is 100% sherry matured using peated and unpeated spirit. So there's 15 casks of unpeated spirit. They're 15 hogsheads. Those 15 hogsheads are a mixture of Spanish oak PX, Spanish oak Oloroso, and American oak Oloroso. The 10 peated casks, so the 10 peated butts, they're all Spanish oak Oloroso. So this one was distilled in 2018 and bottled on my birthday this year. It's easy date to remember, 20th of April 2023, at a bottle strength of 50%. So just under 14,000 bottles of this, so kind of bigger run than kind of single cask stuff, but still I think really interesting and should be kind of in the club and worthwhile mentioning. So for those of you who do get a bottle of this and are really into it, on all the back of the Arden American bottlings, they've all got this QR code here, and that's a blockchain QR code, so you can look at kind of everything from the barley fermentation, what rate, what percentage they came off, the stills at the lowest, the highest, who bottled it, everything. So it's kind of really interesting if you want to know a bit more information about it. So we'll have a little dram of this. So yeah, peated, sweet, delicious. So on the nose, as you'd imagine, it's saline beach bonfires and maple. Really, it's almost being a bit extravagant with the tasting notes. Roast pork and like apple sauce. If you like mapley caramelized apple, and then you go really classic kind of damp paper towels, kind of. It's almost got that kind of graphite style of, you know, maybe even pencil shavings, some would say. But great, but on the nose you can see that straight away. It's peat, but it's balanced, it's got sweetness, it's got softness, it's got kind of all those kind of things there. So we'll give it a try. Cheers. So straight away, it's peaty, it's beach bonfire-y, it's damp, harbour ropes, kind of all that kind of stuff, and then it comes into smoky bacon, almost like, I think you can't really say engine oil as a flavour, but that kind of real kind of metallic style. It's not, I don't know, metallic's maybe the wrong word. It's kind of, yeah, it's kind of stony, wet harbour walls with this kind of salted peanut kind of more like dampness to it, really, I think. I think this is a whiskey that you could really get right away with your tasting notes. It's everything smoky, seasidey without being too TCP over the top. It's got great sweetness and a lovely bit of kind of smokiness about it. The finish, I think, is kind of fresh, kind of crunchy sea salt with like a cigar ashtray, that kind of soft, kind of old salmon bothy fireplace, that kind of lingering, soft, woody smoke with this lovely kind of just sweetness over the top of it. I think it's, yeah, rather nice. A summer peaty whiskey, I think. It's not too heavy, it's not too kind of punchy. I think that's, so yeah, I hope everyone enjoys them. Don't forget 10% off whiskies online, or come in and see us, or say hello, or pick up the phone and we can try some of the whiskies virtually, I guess, or come and just drop and see us. So yeah, enjoy them, and we shall see you next month. Cheerio.